Alright, so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a lit pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Catch a vibe, come and meet the team. Come and kick it with your fave 3. Chop it with us, come and join the stream. Trust me, y'all, it's must see. It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it talk. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made. What up, Lo? Tryna have fun, we the plugged in. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. Yeah. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shot from P&P. They're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit. It's lit. It's lit.
Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pregame Podcast. We lit, we live, and while y'all at it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's so good to see y'all tonight. Welcome back, y'all. We got a lot of people in here right now. If you're not following us on socials, make sure you follow us at the Pregame PC on Twitter. Make sure you comment on here. Let me know what you're pulling up with. Let me know who's in the building. Super excited to have y'all in here tonight. It's almost Christmas, y'all. We got a fun podcast tonight, a fun episode. We're going to get into a lot of different things. Hold on one second. So Vashti's having some trouble with the link, so I'm going to send her the link one more time. But as we are getting ready for this, one thing I want to say, let me pull this up real quick, is I appreciate all the hard work that everyone's been putting in behind the scenes to help this podcast come to be. This has been a fun ride, and I can't wait to see what 2025 is going to bring. I got some fun things that I'm trying to cook up. So with that being said, if you haven't been here before, you already know what I'm about to say. If you have been here, you know what I'm going to say. If you haven't, no worries. I'm going to explain to you. So one thing about the Pregame Podcast, one thing we love to do is, like, if you ever been to a pregame, you understand why this name Pregame, and you understand why I'm going to do this. So basically, if you've been to a pregame, you never come empty-handed. You always got to bring something to the pregame, right? And so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you what you're pulling up with. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to bring anything tangible. It's just really basically saying, how was your week? And what are you pulling up with in terms of energy, in terms of your vibe, all those different things, right? So I want this to be a very interactive podcast. I want to make this one of the most interactive podcasts. So I'm going to be talking to y'all along the way. So I'm going to see what you all are pulling up with and seeing what and how your day was. What I'm pulling up with energy. I'm excited. I love the holidays. I love spending time with family. I just enjoy that time, right? Creating those memories, right? One thing I've learned about myself is I'm not really like a picture taker. I don't really take pictures, right? But one thing that I do in order to create memories or to create a bond with someone is I find like quotes or phrases that we can bond with. So like if it's something that was said together amongst friends, I try to create those memories through quotes, through phrases, and it'll take you back to that moment, right? The other thing is music. We always talk about music on this podcast, and I enjoy using music as well. So those are my favorite things, and that's one reason I'm excited about the holiday and bringing that holiday spirit. So it's always fun. That's what I enjoy. So I want to know what y'all pulling up with. I see Carl Pops. He say he pulling up with that Christmas spirit. Absolutely. It's always good to have fun in the holidays. Speaking of having fun, I got my co-host in the building, Vashti.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. My Wi-Fi is down. Yeah.
No worries.
So I can't see anything.
You
Is
can't
what
see
I'm
nothing. You
saying.
can't hear. Do you wanna wait to see if it's gonna come back up and come back, or
Um,
no pressure?
I
It's all
mean,
good.
we
I know.
can roll with it and see what happens.
Okay. One thing I want to do before we get started too, just want to make sure. Can y'all hear an echo with Vashti? I've been working trying to fix this. Can y'all want to make sure y'all can hear her well? So I'm gonna wait to get a comment from somebody. If somebody can put in the comments if can you hear an echo? So I want to make sure we got that right. People still talking about what they pulling up with. No echo. Smooth. That's a bet. Okay, cool. So no echo. All right. So Vashti, I mean, you got the Wi-Fi down. I'm scared to ask you how your week was and what you pulling up with.
Yeah.
Are you getting sick on me?
Yes, man. Yes.
Vashti, you ain't
Whatever,
doing that.
whatever's in the Panthers locker room, I must have caught it. I
Come
don't
on.
know. Yeah, it's just
No.
rough. I'm glad I'm on. I'm shocked I'm on here today because I've been sneezing up a storm. Y'all gonna have to excuse that when that starts happening. But yeah,
Oh, you been going through it.
yeah, today.
Yeah, that's all good though. You look. One thing I can say about you is, you're a fighter for real, for real. You are a fighter. I appreciate you.
But I'll keep trying Wi-Fi. But as of right now, it's down.
No worries. So you can't see us, but you can hear us. All right. Somebody just said it's
Yeah.
echoing. Let me see if I can fix that. All right. So there is an echo. No worries. See if that's gonna fix it. I don't know if it's echo on your part or if it's echo on my part. Is that better? Hopefully. Say something for me.
Something for you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, we got to figure that out. This the joys of finding a new software and working with a new software, but it's all good. All right, so let's get into some content. Do you enjoy first before we get into the content? Question for you: do you enjoy like the holiday time? Do you enjoy this time? Do you enjoy Christmas music? Do you enjoy all of that? Like, what is your vibe when it comes to this time of year?
Christmas music is cool. I go through phases of wanting to hear it and not hear it. I have a Christmas tree up. I go to a Christmas party. It's cool, I guess. I don't I don't have to get anybody gifts. I don't have any children. If I do something, then I might slide out of town, but it's what it is.
It is okay. I respect it. Uh, so I was telling everybody that I enjoyed it. I enjoy the Christmas time. This is something fun. I can only listen to Christmas music from December 1st to December 25th. That's just like my rule. That's just what I do. But one thing I want to do before we get started is to start a lineup for Christmas movie. I mean, not Christmas movie. Excuse me, Christmas music. So do you have a top five of like your five favorite Christmas songs of all time? Can you think of one? If not, I can play some and then you can judge my.
Okay, go ahead.
Got you. All right, so you're gonna judge mine. Let me see. It says it's still echoing. Hold on one second. All right. So my number. I like a wide variety, and it's very, very difficult, very, very difficult to pick five, right? And I told y'all before, if y'all listen to this podcast, I'm gonna pick mine based off of my mood and what I'm vibing with. You know what I mean? So, my first one. My first one is. It's got to go. I think it's. I think I'm gonna go. What You Want for Christmas, Quad City DJs. If you haven't heard that song is a vibe.
Really? Of all the Christmas
Top
songs,
five.
this
That's
is
number
what you
five.
do?
That's
This
number
is what you
five.
picking?
Number
Wow.
five. Yeah.
Okay. I can already tell this list about to be trash.
Really? You think it's gonna be trash?
If that's what you starting out with, all the classic holiday songs, and you
Yep.
starting out with Quiet City DJs.
Yep. Quad City
Okay.
DJs. You can't tell me
Here
that
we
song is not
go.
fire.
It's like macaroni salad.
Don't start.
But give it to
Don't start. Number 5 for me is definitely Quad City DJs. That's my jam. You know what I'm saying? What you wanna get her for? You can't tell me that don't hit. 5 fresh gold chains. No.
top 5.
Yes.
You wildin'.
I'm not wilding. All right. So number 4. Number 4 for me. Number 4, I gotta go with What Christmas Means to Me, Stevie Wonder. That's number 4 for me.
Okay, I like a different Stevie Wonder song, Christmas song better, but
Which one?
Okay. Someday at Christmas.
That's a good one too. But it's like that someday Christmas song. It just talks about like world peace and there'll be no war, all those different things. Cool, but Christmas Means to Me just hits better for me.
Never heard of Peace on Earth, Goodwill to Men?
Yeah, I know those, but for me, What Christmas Means to Me is my jam.
Okay.
So disclaimer, I left because everyone loves All I Want for Christmas from Mariah Carey. I left that off my top 5 because that's just goated.
Wait, how do you leave it if it's goated? How do you leave it off of the list?
Because I want to do something different. List. Like it's top 5, my top 5 of all time, but it's just too easy to put that one on there. So I wanted to switch it up. Is it on your top 5?
It would be.
Okay. It wouldn't be my number.
I mean, if something is goated, if it's goated, it gotta be in the top 5. You can't just leave it out for the sake of being different.
But everybody has Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas in there. Why can't I, for the sake of making content? So, okay, but here's the thing. I will say this, though. If I did put in my top 5, it's not number 1.
Fair enough. But if you call a song a holiday goated song, but you leave it out of a top 5, like that is.
But you want to listen to me though, Vashti. I said that is really based on my mood and how I'm vibing. This is what I'm vibing with right now. That's what I'm vibing with right now.
I'm still working with my modem. I'm sorry, but I'm listening. Go ahead.
All right. So for me, number 3? Yeah, number 3. I got Boyz II Men, Let It Snow.
Okay. All right. That's the top 5.
Yeah. Boyz II Men, Let It Snow is definitely up there for me. So number 3. Let me see whatever everyone's saying. Okay. Sleigh Ride, Alexander O'Neal, solid. Very solid. Christmas Time is here. Somebody put the number 1. You know how it go, Mom? That's my mom, Mon Dukes. She put number 1. You know it goes 5-1. What we got going on? All right, so let's see. Number 2 for me. I gotta go Silent Night, Temptations.
Number 2? Oh God.
Yeah, number 2. Just because the next one for me. It's just, I like that one a little more. But Silent Night Temptation is number 2. And it was close. It was very close between number 2 and number 1.
That should certainly be number 1 on anybody's Christmas list.
I mean,
especially if they're black. It's got to be Temptation Silent Night. But I'm curious of what number 1. When you started out with Quad City DJs, I already knew where this was going.
No. Why can't I like Quad City DJs? What's wrong with that song?
That was like so whack. To start off of Christmas, that was whack.
How's it whack? It's number 5. It's the lowest one.
Yeah, it shouldn't be on. It's not even top 20.
To me, I love that song. I just remember growing up, driving in a car, singing that song, waiting for the 5 fresh gold chains. Like that was the jam. Look, it's my top 5. Look, every time we do a top 5, nobody judges me except for Vashti.
What do you mean? Rashad judges you as well.
No,
we all what? Yes,
y'all like to pick on a little brother. That's what it is.
Stuff. We judge the cookout food.
What homecoming stuff?
We have judged several things.
What homecoming stuff?
It was something regarding do's and don'ts or something. I don't remember. But you said something that was just
Nah.
we have definitely
We never
disagreed
did
with your
we
top
never did the do's
five.
and don'ts. We never did the do's and don'ts at homecoming. We decided
We
not
did
to.
something regarding in around that time of year. We did something, and Rashad did not agree with your top five because
It's a cap.
in the moment we brought up the fact that you put pasta salad
Bruh.
cookout food.
Pasta salad, we not gonna go there again.
We don't
We're
have
not
to
going there
revisit
again.
it. We
We're not going there again. Anyway, number one for me, I gotta go this Christmas, Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
That's my number one.
That could be number two and Silent Night number one. But okay.
That's my number one. I love
I get it.
that Jane. I love
But
and I didn't say the Chris Brown version.
Tens. We do top tens to judge. You just can't throw your top 10 out there and there not be any type of discussion around it. That's like asking your top basketball players of all time. This is stuff to so that there's discussion. And your top 10 is subpar in this category.
Subpar. No, it wasn't. Okay, so just because I would have put Mariah Carey in there, right? Mariah Carey could have been in there. Quad City DJs could have been out. I enjoyed the Quad City DJ song. That's just me. Shout out to my boy Ricky. Ricky, we gotta get you back on the show, man. But he put Merry Christmas Baby Otis Redding. Shout out to Alonzo on Facebook. Run DMC's Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. That's definitely a classic for sure. For sure. Good to see you, Zoe. So what is if you had one, what's your number one? What's your number one?
I already agreed. The Temptations, Silent Night is number one.
In my mind. Yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong.
That's number one.
It's a good one.
That's number one.
And honestly, Temptations got about 2 in the top 10 because you can't forget about Rudolph. Their Rudolph rendition is good.
Rudolph rendition is very good.
See, I just wanted to, mix it up.
But you didn't include those.
I told
just put stuff in there for the sake of debate. I peeped it.
And you peeped it, you called it out.
Quad City DJs.
Bruh, do I need to play that song real quick? I can't play the whole song because YouTube, they'll go ahead and try to ban the brother, but
they ought to ban you for putting Quad City
not
DJs
ban,
in
but
that
copyright. Quad. Look, when you hear that song again, you dancing.
Did anybody agree with you in the chat? I can't see.
Chat. We got 50. How many people got? We got 50 people in here right now. How many people would put Quad City DJs in their top 5? Top 5. It's number 5. I didn't say it was 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 5. It's 5. It's a good one. It's the only one in my top 5 that's like it has the most BPMs. It's up there. It's just one of those ones you just want to jam, you dance with your family, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
It's a good one.
No, it's not.
Sierra said 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
5. That's a good one.
I mean,
would you put that?
I would not put that in my top 5, but I would put that over Quad City DJs. Like, what are we doing here?
What's wrong with Quad City? Why is Quad City DJs catching strays right now? Why they catching strays? Vashti.
I mean, if we want to go hip hop, like Christmas songs, I go Santa Claus goes to the ghetto by Snoop Dogg and the East Side.
That's an honorable mention, but it's not better than Quad City DJs to me. But that's a good one.
What?
I love that song. Vashti
I noticed that you have not gotten any agreement in the chat. So we can move on.
This is my
move on.
This is my top 5.
Terrible. That song is terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Oh God.
This is why I wish you had your top 5 so I can cook you too. But the fact that you don't have your top 5,
you would never cook me in my top 5. You would never cook me in my top 5.
Who wouldn't?
You couldn't. You wouldn't be able to.
Yes, I would.
You'd be like, oh,
You
You
know what?
right.
I cook you.
You be like, oh, you right, Vashti. I
I
mean,
cook you,
yeah,
Vashti, for not having a
yeah.
top five. How about that?
You can't cook me. I have no internet. I've been sick. I'm just you. You can't cook because I'm here. Okay.
Hey,
Shoot.
hey, that's a bar. You can't cook because I'm here. I feel you though. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some content. I think what I want to do, maybe towards the end, make sure y'all get all this. If we have time, I want to do top 5 Christmas movies, and I want the chat to put theirs in, and Vashti and I are going to react to it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some content. First things first. AJ, and I don't want to butcher his name, but AJ, is it Debonsa? He was a number 1 recruit coming out of high school. A lot of teams wanted this young man, and he actually is going to BYU. And I feel as though the reason is they're giving him a $5 million NIL deal, which is insane.
I
That's how
actually
you cover.
heard. I actually heard yesterday
Okay.
at media. And this is from a national
Sources.
8.5.
What?
8.5 is what I was told. 8.5. You talking about cars for family, travel to and from games for family. Like they emptied the clip on dude to go to Brigham Young. So 8.5, including certain perks for his family. So yeah.
What? That
And I ain't get that from Joe Schmo. I don't name my sources, but I got that from people you see on TV. So yeah.
that's insane.
Hey,
8.5?
8.5.
Is this since you've been covering college basketball, is this the highest you've seen thus far?
Probably, but too bad Zion missed out on that because
Oh,
he
Zion.
would have gotten.
He would have cooked. He would have ate.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But
So I think it's
yeah.
do you think, Vashti, based on what we're seeing now in the NIL, I don't feel like right now is going anywhere. Do you see this possibly ruining college sports because of universities like BYU who's taking amazing talent, but they're putting all their eggs in one basket, not saying that they're going to win a lot of games, but you got that one superstar versus what we've seen in the past where you used to have super teams where they had the Duke 5 with no NIL deals. Like what are your thoughts on how this NIL is going and how it's shifting and shaping college sports?
Well, I think for basketball specifically, I would like for them to go back, the NBA to go back to where guys don't have to play a year in college.
Mm.
I think that would help kind of quell things so young men like him or even a Cooper Flag or somebody who does not even plan on staying longer than a year can just go ahead and go to the NBA and get paid there.
Yeah.
That'll that'll sorry, about to sneeze. That'll kind of help quell some of these NIL deals we're seeing in basketball. I do think eventually there'll be some type of regulation surrounding it, but regulating it is going to be kind of hard.
Mm.
But it's I mean, it's free enterprise right now. So whoever got the most money is going to get these guys in football and in basketball.
Yeah.
I love that for the players. Will it affect college sports? Absolutely. But I mean, also we've seen more parity in college basketball than we've seen for in a long time in recent years. These mid majors are playing blue bloods competitively.
Yep.
You know, you have teams like Purdue and NC State in the Final Four. It's not always Kentucky, Duke, UNC.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, those mid majors can't afford those players, but on the flip side, they're gonna have guys who stay around for 4 years, who develop chemistry and who'll be able to compete on a different level because of that age and that development within that system. So eventually there'll be some regulation to it.
Yeah.
It hasn't ruined it yet, but who knows where it's
Yeah.
gonna go.
It's just interesting to see like how college sports have shifted from wanting to play with certain players, like players teaming up, going somewhere going to a university to play together, to then wanting to play with certain coaches because of their experience and the fact that the Caliparis of the coaching world was getting multiple first round picks who were doing well in the NBA, to now they're chasing the money. And at the end of the day, as an 18, 19-year-old, it's hard for me to blame them, because if I was 18, 19 and I had the skill set that they had, and now I'm going and, BYU is calling for $8.5 million and I'm only going to be there for 1 year, go get your money if that's going to be a game changer or even a life changer for my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a good question right here. Can he get to the league from BYU? My answer to that is yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's no question. He's gonna have all kind of scouts at that game. They've already pegged him as a #1 overall pick. Once they peg you as that, like, people are gonna come to watch your games.
Yep.
It doesn't matter whether you at BYU or whatever school. They start putting you on that path, kind of like coming into high school.
Yeah.
And then they track you and see how well you do, but we're talking about him for a reason. And people are going to go and watch him at Brigham Young University. And if he hoops at Brigham Young, he will make it to the league.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't hoop at Brigham Young, he could still make it to the league.
Yeah. And I think
I'm sorry, lottery. Like that, we're not talking about like.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
drafted.
Yeah, we're not talking about like G League or undrafted or
Yeah.
a late pick. No, he's definitely a lottery pick. It doesn't matter even. They don't even low key. They don't even have to make it far in the tourney. As long as he putting stuff on tape for people to see his potential, he's making it to the league. And he is. If you're going to BYU, you're one and done. You're not staying an extra year unless you get hurt, and then you're going to hit the transfer portal or go somewhere else. But I see him going. He's a lottery pick for sure. Love it. All right, so let's get into some other content. Did you get a chance to see this madness? If you can't, I don't know if you can see it, but let me explain what this is. On the screen is Dominique Foxworth, his wife, and Jalen Hurts. Did you hear about the situation of him calling out Jalen Hurts, saying that so basically, context, there was a lot of noise and nuance going around with Jalen Hurts after the Panthers game because he didn't have his best game from a passing perspective. A.J. Brown came out, said that the passing needs to get better. It was a whole lot of whoopla going around that whole entire week. He comes back this week, balls out, has a really good game, and then comes out in front of the crowd, in front of the press conference, in front of the reporters, and was like, "That's what y'all wanted to see, huh?" And a lot of analysts and media reporters and everything just took that and ran with it. Dominique Foxworth was one of the ones that took it and ran with it. And he called him out and said that Jalen Hurts, and I quote, has pretty privilege because he looks good and who he is and all these different things. They make it seem as though he can have one good game and forget about all the things that he did the previous games. And so everybody was wondering why Dominique was coming out and just trying to bash this guy all week until some videos came out of him and his wife on his podcast. And he was talking about, they were talking about Jalen Hurts, and she low key kind of has a crush on Jalen Hurts. She was talking about how she only watched the Eagles because of Jalen Hurts. He looks so good. He seems so mature. He's so handsome, all these different things. And then for me, I was like, I understand it now. I understand why you were calling out Jalen Hurts like that. Did you get a chance to see it? What are your thoughts before I go in?
No.
You didn't see it? Don't worry. I got it.
No.
We can watch it right now.
Okay.
All right. So this is him calling out Jalen Hurts.
I can't hear.
You can't hear it?
No.
Can y'all hear it? Chat, can you hear it? Let me sure. If you can't hear it, I'm pretty sure they probably can't either. Let me see. Let's see if I can fix it. I think I know how to fix it. Hold on. So you didn't see it, but basically while I'm trying to fix this, basically what happened is he came out and was really just calling him out in terms of, hey, you got pretty privilege, you aren't that good, blah, 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 blah. But then his wife came out and she was just like low key, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but drooling over him. There we go. Okay, I think I fixed it now. Okay, so
I
yeah,
look a mess.
you hear, it's all gravy.
That's right.
And you aren't feeling good, so. All right, chat. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear this? Let's try this one more time. Let me go back to live mode. It's the joys of trying something new. All right. Can you hear that? Can you hear it? All right. I thought I fixed it. Let me see. No, it should be. It should be fixed. It says connecting. Dang. Oh, well. All right. I'm going to try one more time. I think I just fixed it. Can you hear that?
Is he talking?
Yeah. You can't hear. You don't hear anything? Dang. All right. No worries. No worries. Anyway, so this is how I feel about it. At the end of the day, Dominique, bro, don't be insecure, bro. That's all I want to say is don't be insecure. I know your wife, you decided to go on this podcast. You decided to create this podcast with your wife. You decided to publish the content that was on there. And we all see how she felt about Jalen Hurts. And now you want to get on ESPN and go off on Jalen Hurts because he has a good game. People try to call him out because he did not have a good game against the Panthers. And then you say it's pretty privilege. I think it was disrespectful. No reason to call Jalen Hurts out there. And now everybody is on your back because your wife came out and said the only reason she watches football is because of that young man right there. Jacked up Dominique Foxworth. I don't think it was good content. I don't think it was good reporting. And now everybody's on your back. Sorry to hear that. Speaking of people on people's back, let's talk about this. My
internet's back up. I'm going to get off this.
All right. No worries. Speaking of people on people's back, let me go here. All right, she's coming on. She's got her Wi-Fi. All right, let me bring her back in. Boom. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Boom. All right. Speaking of a lot that's been going on with this couple here. So Travis Hunter wins the Heisman. A lot went on with everybody's reactions to how his fiance, reacted to him winning the Heisman. The fact that she didn't quote unquote stand up when she should have. It was just a lot going on with this particular couple. And then she comes out, she makes an 8-minute long video crying and trying to explain to her, to the world, the reasons why she did not react the way that people thought she should have reacted. Did you get a chance to kind of hear some of the backlash that was going on with Travis and Leanna? And
that's her name?
Her name is Leanna, yes.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Leanna. I wanted to say her name. They didn't want to say just Travis Hunter's girlfriend. But her name is Leanna. I don't want to
say.
Uh-oh. What'd you say?
I'm just asking. Does she have another claim to fame?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then call her what she is, Travis Hunter's girlfriend.
Leanna. I'm going to call her Leanna. I'm going to call her Leanna. I'm going to call her Leanna because sis been going through a lot. Now, granted, here's the thing. I didn't say they both have been going through a lot, but that's the nuance, and this is what happens when you put your stuff out on the internet. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Vashti. Say what you want to say.
These are kids.
They are.
First of all, I question what type of relationship Travis Hunter has with his mother. One, because mothers, and more specifically, Black mothers that I know, because those are the ones that I've been around, would no way go for what this young lady or this chick is putting out. The controlling attitude, the bad attitude on TV. My mom was a fake Colorado fan this year. She didn't know anything about these folks, and she called me and asked me about the girl who was so mean to the player after he had a great game. She didn't know anything about that, but she picked up on that. Then she goes, we don't care about what excuses you made for your bad behavior. It's bad behavior. It makes yourself look bad. It makes your man look bad. It's just tacky all the way around. I would expect for him to be with somebody of more, that's a little classier than what she is. So I question what his relationship with his mom is, because usually mothers not going for that. Mothers will take a son aside and be like, son, what are you doing? This is not it. This is not what you might not need to be with her. You can be by yourself. But like, yo, she not even that cute without all the makeup.
Vashti. Look, I think there's 3 sides to every story, right? You know where I'm going with that. I ain't even got to finish. But I'm not saying...
What are the sides?
So, 3 sides to every story. Ours, theirs, and then the truth.
What do you mean ours?
Ours in terms of the audience.
Unless she acts the way she's been acting in public.
But here's the thing.
We've seen her get attitudes because he's taking pictures with fans.
But here's the thing. Like, you see it, right? We see it. And then that's our perspective. We are creating a story in our heads to say, oh, based on what she said or what I see, I'm assuming that that's what's going on. And then she comes out, she creates this 8-minute video explaining what was going on. Travis comes back to explain his side and say what was going on. Pretty much both of theirs kind of equal out in some form or fashion. And then you got to find out based on what your perspective is, what they said, and find out what was the truth, right? So the whole time we see her getting upset about him, whatever it may be. Somebody said it was possibly a cheerleader taking picture with somebody, and that wasn't the case per what she said. She said that they were all trying to get down to the field. Her and Travis already kissed, hugged, through the gate, this, that, and the third. She's trying to get down. Security was not letting any of the family down, even though the family was supposed to get on the field. That's why she was upset. And she was explaining to Travis what was going on, right? So that's what we're hearing from her, right? At the end of the day, my biggest thing, and the reason I didn't want to kind of go and be like talk about them in particular from an individual standpoint, but what I wanted to ask is like, advice wise, what would you say as people, like, we're older, right? They're young. He's coming into some real fame. He's about to get some real money in NFL. Do you have any advice for what they should do moving forward now
They.
him. Go ahead.
Oh,
you can
get
say
rid
him.
of her.
Go ahead.
Get rid of her. Get rid of her. I don't care. I heard those old hokey explanations. There is no explanation for looking bad and tacky on camera. There's a certain way that you need to conduct yourself. Period. As a lady, but especially when your man is in the public light. I don't care. The cameras are always on you. You have a problem with your man, you take that up in private.
Mm.
Got an attitude because the security didn't let you down, you take them to the side once everything is done. There should be nothing on camera. We should not even be talking about this because everything, if there's an issue, it's in private. You handle things in private. That's how adults handle things, and that's how people who are in the limelight try to handle things. She's done too much. The advice is there is no they. They're both too young, clearly immature, because they're going on social media too much to explain things. I don't have to explain stuff to the world about my relationship for what? Oh, I am because I care about people liking me because I've been looking dumb on camera. So it's all a ripple effect. Stop acting immature. Stop acting like a little girl. And he is whipped. He needs his mama and daddy need to take him to the side and be like, bruh, this ain't it.
He's young. They're young. They're young, Vashti. You got to remember that.
What they are. Now.
All right. But look, I appreciate this debate right now. You know what I mean? But you got to remember.
My advice for them. Them?
Yes, because at the end of the day, whether they should be together or not, she deserves advice too. Let's be real.
Well, let her get it from her mama. I'm not invested in her. She ain't do nothing.
So
she ain't get on that field, play two ways.
I feel you.
Post some pictures of her body on Instagram and got a DM. I'm not impressed. Period.
Yo, that's look, at the end of the day, I can remember.
Well.
Huh?
Like, what is she bringing to the table?
We don't know. We don't. First off, we don't know. And honestly, let's keep it a buck. We don't need to know. All we know is they've been together for 5 years, and he, according to him, she has held him down. Don't know what that means. This is like I said, according to him. I didn't say what I believe. All those different things. My only advice to them is to keep your business off social media. The art of privacy. Let them make up their stories based on what they see and what people, take videos of you, but there's no need for explanation. If y'all are solid, be solid. You don't need to throw all your information out on social media, because when you do, then you're liable for, anybody's just going to create their own story based on their interpretation of a picture, of a video, of a quote, of a statement, of whatever. Keep your stuff private, big dog. That's all I wanted to say to them. Just keep it private.
Based on our interpretation, if you see a couple arguing in public, you know that they're arguing in public. I don't care what the circumstances are surrounding the argument. It looks bad. If she wasn't making herself and vis-a-vis him look bad, we would not be talking about them. So whether the root of the issue is her actions, she needs to grow up. And of course, along with that, yeah, you need to stay off social media. But these kids don't know how to do that. They didn't grow up without social media. This is all that they have. Like, this is how they present themselves to the world. This is where a lot of times their identity is connected through social media. So that it's going to be hard for them not to keep their stuff off of social media. They're even making money off of YouTube. They make money from that content as well. So like social media and the internet and stuff, it's the machine that drives everything. So, but if you didn't give us fodder, there wouldn't be a fire.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But at the end of the day, we got to keep in mind too, and maybe the way that I'm looking at it,
this girl, Carlo. Tell me.
I'm not. It's not her. It's not her. It's him. It's him. I am invested in wanting to see Travis do well. Heck, let's keep it a buck. I want to see him in a Panthers jersey.
He looking like a real sucker over this girl.
He isn't. Okay, so look. Can we keep it a buck, Vashti? Can we be honest?
I'm listening.
Travis, to me, looks like someone, and he acts like someone who is not used to getting the attention of the opposite sex. Let's keep it a bean.
Somebody on Instagram said, yeah, he done had his first bad chick. He don't know how to act. Not that she's bad, but you get the premise of it.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? And
so you calling the dude ugly?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna call no other dude.
What do you mean he acts like he hasn't been around women?
So she went. No, I'm not saying he act like he ain't been around, but like being able to pull a bad one. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like when you, especially like the first one you pull and you like, yo, he's head over heels for her. So much so that like it was stories saying that like he would drop her off. He didn't go to parties, so he would drop her off at parties, stay right in the parking lot the whole time, and then take her home. Not even go home and then come back. So it's
simp.
like
that's simp-ish. That is simp-ish, Carlo. Like that is simp-ish.
I'm not. That's why I said what I said.
Question where your mother and father are, because what are you doing, young man? Like what is going on? What is going on?
I said what I said.
You letting your girl club, doing whatever she doing, and you in the car waiting on her? That is big dummy stuff. And if I'm a GM in the NFL, this is giving me pause. I'm telling you. If I'm a scout in the NFL, this is giving me pause.
No, they're not going to pause on that.
I'm telling you, they're going to discuss it. And if you don't think it's going to be a discussion, then you're joking. Because I've already talked to some.
Talk to me. Talk. Come on.
This is a discussion amongst people before they draft him, because your outside life absolutely seeps into what goes on the field and what goes on in the locker room. So if you can't control what your household at home and your woman is unhinged, it's going to affect how you play on the field.
But it didn't affect how you play on the field.
The stakes are higher in the NFL. We're not talking about Colorado.
Yeah, but
this is not Colorado.
I feel you, but all this stuff was going on, and this man still won Heisman. It didn't affect his.
I don't care about the Heisman.
Okay.
I'm talking about being a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, and now it's completely different. College and pros are two totally different things. It's like for us, but times 100. Being in college is being in college. When you hit that real world, it's different. It's a job now. The responsibilities are different. The stakes are higher. The attention is different. You're now an adult. And so what happens at home doesn't just affect Travis and his little gaming. Now it affects the whole team. And these are men who are feeding families, not dudes who are flying girls out for the weekend. It's a different ball game. And if at home, your home structure life, and you have a chick or you have a woman in your life who is unhinged and it's going to affect you, I have a problem with it. And we're going to have to discuss it.
Fair enough. And the chat agrees with you. The chat definitely.
And I'm not
agrees with
saying
you.
don't draft him, but I'm saying these are when I go to the combine in March, they're going to be asking Travis questions about this chick. Period. They ask guys about moms being in jail and stuff. You think they're not going to ask him about this girl that's been all over TV acting stupid? Absolutely.
No, they definitely will. You know what I mean? I think for me, the reason I want to bring it up is I think as I don't even want to call myself like an OG, but I'm older than them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
are OG to them.
I'm an OG to them.
Embrace it. Yeah,
I'm
to them.
an OG. I gotta embrace it.
To them.
All right, facts. All right, I'll be triple OG.
No, not triple, just O.
No, if I'm a OG, I gotta be triple OG, right?
No, you're not triple OG. So
Why
then
not?
just take the OG off.
Why can't I be triple OG? Why can't I be triple OG?
Because you're not old enough to be their daddy, his daddy.
Nah. All right. Anyway, I'll be OG then. If that's the only reason, all right, fair enough. All right. So if I'm OG to them, I want to give them some advice. You know what I'm saying? If he loves her, you know what I'm saying? They gotta have that conversation and figure it out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, we talked about this last week, Vashti. You talked about when we were talking about Devondre Campbell walking off, Deontay Johnson doing this thing. And you said out of your mouth, those ain't top tier players, right? And I'm not saying that Travis Hunter is a top tier player right now, but he is definitely top talent coming out of the college ranks.
Absolutely. There's no question
and you
about
said,
that.
and you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said last week that some things can be quote unquote swept under the rug. Right?
I stand on business. It's more
Yes.
palatable when you're a top player.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Now,
Right.
rookies are on a whole different level because you're coming in, you haven't necessarily established yourself, right?
Exactly.
So is that the reason why you're saying GMs are having these conversations right now saying we gotta have this conversation? Okay.
What? He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven that he can block out those distractions on a different level when the stakes are different.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So
No, you're
yeah. Yeah. You think absolutely. You think the Panthers scouts aren't talking about that? You think Dan Morgan said, "Oh, that Travis Hunter, he's good. Now what's going on with this girl?" Because you're not smart if you don't. I would.
I mean, look, it's plenty of conversations that happen that are personal conversations that happen during that combine that we don't know about.
I'm quite aware of them. And because when you are investing that much in a player, then you have to know what's coming with that player. And everybody busts are inevitable. You just don't want to draft one.
Facts.
So you're going to do everything in your power not to draft one. Everybody's going to draft a bust. But what you don't want your bust to be is because they got a life that's unhinged at home.
Okay, so I'm not saying if you can answer this based on like what you're hearing from GMs or what you just know.
Okay.
No, what you just know from the vibe. I'm not going just from the vibe. What do you think they're going to say? Are they going to say what I said in terms of keep your business private, or they're going to kind of say, hey, you might want to
They're
move
not
on.
going to say, they're not going to tell him what to do. What he does is what he does. But they're going to ask him if that situation is under control. Is she going to be able to handle life with you in the NFL? Are there going to be issues where she's on social media going at fans? Are we going to see her? Because what you don't want is a player's wife to be the story. Not a rookie. Not any player's wife, honestly. Not any player's wife. But you don't want your top 5 pick. You don't want her to be the story. I think she's perfectly fine with being the story.
Ooh. Okay. Only time will
That's
tell.
a problem.
If what you say is true, Vashti, then that is a problem.
What?
But if what can we speak in hypotheticals? Dang.
She wants to be the story.
Fair enough. All right, one more thing, and we're gonna close. But I had to talk about Kirko being benched because this is absolutely hilarious to me. We've talked about him before on a pregame podcast. I think when I talked about his particular contract, Vashti, I think you were out that day. Shot was out, and I had Pat Coltrane and Aaron Duncan on, and we talked about this contract, and we were just like, wow. 4 years, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. And now he has been benched because of his play, because of his performance. And now the rookie who they drafted, I think at number 8, if I remember, Michael Penix Jr. is now starting. Bless you. What are... No, you're good. You're here, right? I'm taking what you said. You're here. What are your thoughts on... Look, first off, we've talked about Kirk Cousins on here before I even ask a question. We talked about Kirk Cousins on here, walking your trap, take over your trap. Oh, Kirko chains, dancing, got all the chains, swag, surfing. How many times we talked about swag surfing on this podcast? All those different things. And now this man is being benched. Raheem Morris came out and said that he was disappointed, but he understood. He's a consummate professional, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts on this benching? And do you think it's over for him in Atlanta?
I mean, I don't know what Kirk Cousins' stats were these past few games. Paying him that money, I would have probably rolled it out with him. I mean, you ain't just gonna be chilling for free. I'm sorry, but I guess they wanted to see what they had out of the guy that they drafted so high up. Let's see. Against Las Vegas, he was 11 of 17 for 112 yards. He was sacked 3 times, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Threw for over 300.
The stats only, I mean, of course, as you know, the stats only tell half the story.
Well, I get that.
But I did watch that game, and it did not look good. They barely beat the Raiders. Huh?
I'm talking about the Minnesota game.
Oh, I thought you said the Raiders game.
I just gave those stats, but he threw for over 300 yards the week prior. They got beaten badly, but some of that is on defense, right? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly, I don't care. I just thought that it was funny that, you know, all of that whole Kirk Cousins, everything you said, and then he got benched, but he's getting paid. So listen.
And I think that's what I wanted to bring it up for, Vashti. You like beautiful transition, because I personally don't care about the Falcons, but I enjoy talking about different content and things of that nature. And the fact that Kirk Cousins' agent is undefeated, we're getting him paid $100 million guaranteed. So no matter what you do, cut him, release him, whatever, he's going to get paid. He has a no trade clause in his contract. So honestly, you can't trade him unless he wants to be traded. But then if you release him, you still got to pay him $100 million. But at the end of the day, I think the interesting behind this, and I've said this months ago about the grass not always being greener on the side, because everyone loves to complain, especially Panthers fans love to complain about our organization and how we do things. But there's a lot of other organizations that are doing some crazy things like this that we will be up in arms about, right? You just drafted a quarterback at number 8, and then you already had someone you paid $180 million for, and now he's
Arthur
benched.
Blank was upset on draft night. It appeared that he was upset on draft night when that pick was made. But listen, it all boils down to the Atlanta Falcons thought that they were better than what they were. They thought that they were the Rams who were able to insert a quarterback and go to the Super Bowl. They thought that they were Detroit, who was able to get Stafford, right? Or Stafford, one of them. Insert a veteran quarterback who was formidable and then be competitive. The Falcons thought that they were a quarterback away, and they weren't, because now they're like they're like 2 games behind the
Bucks.
What do you call it? Bucks for the division. I don't think that they're going to win the division. They're not going to make the playoffs. So they overshot themselves by thinking, okay, we're gonna cash out on Kirk. We're gonna he's just the guy. He's gonna put us in playoff contention. We're gonna make the playoffs and make a playoff run. We're gonna ride him for 2 years and still be in playoff contention and then develop our younger quarterback along the way. Well, they weren't there yet.
No, I mean, they had a really good defense. They have a solid defense this year, really good defense last year. You got Bijan Robinson, you got all these pieces. And so you think, which answers this particular question, why do teams throw the bag at some QBs after one good year? It's the fact that people are desperate. You know what I mean? You got to strike while the iron's hot. Every team has, whenever you have a really good team, you understand that you're in this quote unquote Super Bowl window, right? Especially when you have a rookie quarterback, you think that you're in this Super Bowl window. And from reports, they said Arthur Blank he wants to see a Super Bowl win before he goes on to be with the good Lord.
Dies.
Right? Say it again.
Dies.
But I wanted to make it a little better than that. Goes on to be with the Lord. You feel me? Hallelujah. Goes on to be with the good Lord, you know?
We don't know where he's going.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Well, at the end of the day, if you want to keep it a buck, you got to see the Lord first, and then he decides where you're going to go, you know?
We don't know where he's going.
You got to go on to see the Lord at least, and then they decide. Philly. Shout out to my boy Philly. He answered the question. He said, because the QB market is hot trash.
He didn't say trash.
Well, you know, look, I said hot trash. All right. We saw what he said. We saw what he said.
I just want to make sure you quoted that man properly.
I mean, Philly, you just let me know when you want to get on. I've been telling you to come on the pod, bro. You just let me know when. Yeah, we all saw it. We can read, Vashti.
I'm just saying.
We can read. But
you can't curse.
I don't.
You can't say that word.
Oh, I can. I just refuse not to.
Okay.
I refuse not to. You know.
You refuse
and also
to?
with this
Why?
particular, huh?
You don't.
Personal thing. I try not like. I've never been a cusser.
Oh, that's good.
Never been a cusser. Like that's just how I am. Since I was young,
I never been. Curse? I know they watching.
Do they? I mean, I feel like everybody gets mad, but no. Growing up, nah. And that's probably where I get it from.
Right.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah. Appreciate you. I mean, no. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, if you get mad, you know, they slip. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, slip is not.
But like everyday type of thing, nah.
Right.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't. It's just not in me.
My mom is not a cursor.
Yeah.
At all. But my dad
That's where you got it from?
Him and me too.
Yeah.
I don't. You said, what do you mean? That's where I get it from. I don't curse on here. I don't. I asked you about that word. What curse words have I said on here? I don't.
No, we can pull up.
I don't curse on here.
Vashti.
I promise you I haven't.
Vashti heard. Sis.
I might have said HELL.
Oh, it was one of these episodes on here.
I definitely didn't say any hardcore curse words.
It depends on what your definition of hardcore is, but
if I could turn on the TV and those words would be bleeped out, I would not have said them on here.
Hey, first off, before I get to Philly, shout out to Deontay. Same way. It is what it is. Everybody, but here's the thing. One thing about me is I don't judge anybody who does. Like, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. It's hilarious. Especially people who can put the words together like a Samuel Jackson vibes.
It's
do your things. You know what I mean?
It's for emphasis.
It is. It do hit. It's definitely emphasis. He said, Carlo know me and him a complete opposite, and that's my dog. You my dog, bro. I appreciate you, Philly, man. For real.
Is that Philly who used to play for the Panthers?
That is Philly that used to play for the Panthers.
Okay.
Yeah. We used to ball. We used to play basketball together like every Friday back in the day, man. That's my boy, man. So
when is he going to hit the keep pounding drum? Fourth quarter.
Philly, you hear it. They asking.
Who is they? I just put it out there.
Well, somebody asking. Vashti asking when you coming to hit the drum. He was up there for a Legends weekend. He was signing autographs in there. I missed that week, but I heard he was in there. I saw the pictures.
Okay.
He said, "Tell me a week in advance and I'll be on here." All right. Look, I'm letting you know now, bro. It's whenever. You just let us know. Every Thursday. And also, I'm thinking about it because I'm off all next week. I might go live just because I want to do like a grown person subathon. You know, subathons on Twitch and everything, they go live like 24/7 to get more subs and all those different things. I might go live every week next week, except for Christmas, of course, just to try to get more subscribers. I might do it. Just go live and just talk. What you think? You don't have to join if you don't want to, Bash. I know you're busy.
Oh, you asking my opinion?
Yeah. What do you think about it? You think I should? I want to get to at least 300 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're at 2 less. I don't know
if it works.
We're gonna find out. We popping out here, Vashti. We trying to get it. We trying to get it bigger and better. Vashti, first off, thank you so much for coming on. Even though you were sick, my good sis always shows up, and I appreciate you for real. I want you to know that I reached out to you around this time last year with a crazy idea after I talked to Shad, and I was like, yo, Shad, I want to do this podcast. Here's my idea. And he jumped on. He was like, yo, this is dope. We needed somebody else. And I was like, I had this idea. I know who I want. I don't know her that well, but I want Vashti. And he was like, yo, I rock with Vashti. And then I hit you up randomly. And we had that conversation. Bless you.
Sorry, excuse me.
Are you good? I was trying to be all sappy for a minute, and you just
I
sneezing.
know.
No, I'm kidding.
I can't control it.
But don't cry. It's okay. It's okay. No,
I know.
But I was like, yo, here's my idea. You don't know me from a can of paint, but I had this idea, and I think you'd be great. And you was like, yes, I'll do it. And ever since then, you've been so consistent. You've been great. You're a crowd favorite. Everybody love when Vashti's on, and I appreciate you. I just want to let you know that. I want to give you your flowers because Carolina Blitz is my favorite, and you always show up, and I appreciate that. And I'll say the same thing to Shaw when he's on, but I want to give you your flowers while we live right here.
Well, thank you.
For real.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. So I'm thinking I might go live every week. I mean, every day next week. Try to get subscribers. So tell everybody to join. It might be like a 30, 45-minute episode, something short, but whatever's going on that day, we'll talk about it. Y'all can ask questions. Y'all can join in and come on the stream with us. But make sure y'all tell everybody to pull up. Philly said he can come on Monday. All right. Well, Philly gonna be on Monday, so We'll make that happen. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up on us. We are out of here. Peace.